Councilwoman Laura Pastor in the heart of the city, rockin' District 4. I'm at Hive on 16th Street in Cypress, and I'm here with Tennille Neilsen to discuss the concept of the Hive. Tennille, how are you?
Hello, I'm doing very well. Happy New Year, welcome.
Please explain this whole concept. It's awesome.
Thanks, thank you so much. This concept is about a community of artisans who have not a lot of availability in rentals. So we have small studio spaces that we rent to artists that build and create their own goods and sell them. They have to open 3 days a week to the public, and you can actually walk into studios and seeing people create macrame art, fashion. You can see someone tattooing. You can see someone putting studs on boots and on leather goods. You can go back and grab yourself a coffee.
I'm scared about that and the leather goods and studs.
All fun, a lot of mixture of different type of people. We have a photographer who does walk-on sets. We have a collage artist, and we have, of course, a jewelry maker right on site as well. So there are 12 working studios. So Hive has been a basic art enclave for about 10 years now.
So it's been about 10 years, because
Yeah.
when I first ran, I was introduced to the Hive. So that is 8 years ago. I'll enter my third term in office, and so it's been here, and it has evolved into the space that it's been in currently. Can you tell me how you got started?
Yes, I came in as a visiting artist. As you know, in the courtyard, they would allow artists to come for First Friday. So I brought my art books and journals. I'm a collage artist, and I sat in the corner and I sold one book for half price at the very last minute. And then I ended up having my books in a shop called Composite Boutique in the corner. That, Janine was her name of the owner of that shop. She had since she needed to leave the state and move to Texas, so she asked me if I wanted to take over Composite Boutique. So I took over the small shop in the corner, and then right before COVID hit, we saw a couple gentlemen come through with suits on, and suits never come through the Hive.
Yes, they were looking at that building.
Yes. So I immediately went to Steve and Julia, and I asked them, you know, could I please have an opportunity to purchase this building, and I will keep it exactly as they wanted it to always be, which is a space for artists to thrive and hopefully incubate their small businesses into a great grand business.
So it's an incubator almost, like an innovative incubator space where they can demonstrate and show their stuff, but also be able to create and then maximize in the sense of growing if they want to. And if they grow out of this space, then that's when they can find a larger piece within our community.
Absolutely. There's small spaces, and so we expect that these businesses go through all the turmoil of owning a business, but kind of underneath a bit of an umbrella. So we kind of go back and forth and go through all the things that small businesses have to go through, but you feel a little bit safer because you're within the Hive.
And you're within a community.
And you're within a community.
All of those that are part of understanding the needs of running a small business, understanding the challenges, but also the victories of being part of this community called the Hive.
Yes.
Now show me some of your pieces.
Come on over. So this is Collage Escape. To me, I'm a true and through heart journaler, so I create books that are based on people's personalities and art books. So if you were to journal every day, it would be a book based on your story. And then I do a lot of other things. This is a dog walk series where if I'm only walking dogs and picking up stuff off the ground. And this started in New York City, and now it went to Coronado, where I first originally moved to, and then I moved to Arcadia, and now this fine lady is back to Coronado. So this is just stuff that I find on the ground and I put together as sculptures. So, and then I do the art books. This is one here, and then we have, and then within Composite Boutique, which is a resale shop that I have here.
My question is, if I start journaling this year, my journey, then what does that look like? Do I come in, I sit with you and say, here's my journal. Do you help me design it, or do you help
I do it all.
Okay.
I do it all.
Okay.
I do it all based on some very basic questions and some of your own hobbies and loves and likes and dislikes. Some people love to kind of close a page to something that they haven't liked, to open to a page to something that there's a new journey ahead. And I feel like it's always a positive. And then I throw my little positivity things in there, and then but it's based around everything that's in there usually has family members, pets, really things that mean a lot to you that would keep you going back to that book.
It's your story.
It's your story.
Your story.
Yes.
And then you're able to display it.
Absolutely.
Oh, how awesome.
Yay.
Now let's go meet
Keri Moiser.
Where are you? Mermaid Jewelry. Woo! Hi, Keri. How are you? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Keri, how long have you been here? Mermaid Jewelry. You've grown.
I have been at the Hive since 2018, but when Tennille took over, she moved me up to a bigger space. My old space was much smaller. So now that I'm up here, I feel sometimes I'm like, well, I have so much space, I don't know
What to do, right?
Really, it forces me to be on top of my jewelry supply because I have to fill all these, spaces.
So Keri, what's exciting is when I first met you, we met at the Willow home tour.
Yeah. Right.
And you were selling jewelry there. That's when I met Paul.
Right.
And Paul was like, you're running for office at the time. And I said, yes. And he says, I want you to read my book. And I said, okay, I'm going to buy the book. And then I got to know you really well. And through harmony, we bonded because of harmony.
Yeah.
And I just feel harmony is still in the center space, putting people together along with the community of Coronado.
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk about.
So we have, my Harmony Hills bracelets, which I started when my daughter had cancer and she was going through treatment and I still had to make money. So I was thinking, what can I do to sort of I can do these in the hospital. I can make beaded bracelets in the hospital. And then the Harmony Heels tag. The Harmony Heels actually, the idea came from Julia, the previous owner of the Hive. She came up with the hashtag and I was like, oh my God, I love it. It's perfect. It's perfect. And I still make them till this day. And they just...
So I have to tell you, I don't have it on. But I was with her at one of the fairs and I was trying the bracelet.
Yeah.
And she said, I was like, I'm so in love with this. And she's like, you got to buy it. So Harmony is still with me.
Harmony said that to you?
Yes.
Oh, that's
and
hilarious.
she was with, we were there. And I can't remember, I think it was the Coronado.
Probably the Coronado.
And she says, I kept looking at it. I left, I came back and left. She says, you have to buy it. And it was your last one.
Oh.
And so I carry her with me throughout, as many of us do in the Coronado. And she was so inspiring that she inspired these bracelets, but she also pushed you.
She did.
She pushed you to do the things that you're doing within this space.
Yes.
What other jewelry would you like to?
Well, the saguaro earrings have been very popular. Tennille is always wearing hers and telling me I should make more, and she encouraged me to whip these up today. And they sell pretty fast, so when I have them, they go. And then I have my saguaro necklace as well. These I've been making since I think 2013 or 14. Like I was saying, those were my husband's, that was one of the ideas my husband had. He doesn't have a lot of jewelry ideas, but that was one of them, and I ran with it.
What inspires you to make your jewelry?
I used to jokingly say money, but truly that is not my inspiration at all. It is, the inspiration is the pieces themselves, the beads that I work with. And if you saw my desk, you'd see that it's a complete mess of ideas that I'm working on. And if I could make jewelry as fast as my mind was going, I would have a ton, but I can't keep up with them all. So I never run out of ideas and I'm always inspired. It's always inspiring. It's just a matter of remembering all of the things that
So if
pop
I
in my
want to
head.
purchase some jewelry, I know to come to the Hive. Where else can I purchase?
Yes, I'm here every day except Monday and Tuesday. You can find me on my website, mermaidjewelry.com. My Instagram and you can Google me. Keri Moiser will take you to all of the different venues that you can find me at. But it's nice to come in here and try pieces on, because people can come in and if they like a bracelet and it's too small, I can make it, or bigger or smaller, or I can add something. And I do this daily.
Or I can come see you and say, hey, I have this inspiration, but I don't know how to do it. and you will be able then to say, okay, I gather your inspiration.
Right.
Now this is how I'm going to put it together.
Right. For instance, your amazing idea that you just told me about earlier.
That's going to be our secret, and then we'll unveil
Zip it up, but I'm halfway done with it already.
Yes, she's halfway done with it. I asked her to create a piece for me, and I am excited to see it, and when it's done, I will unveil it.
Yes, so stay tuned for that. I'm excited. I'm so excited. I'm seriously halfway done with it. But yeah, I work well that way, especially with people that come in and have a great idea. I can make it happen and, like personalize it. Yeah.
It's exciting.
It is.
Well, thank you, Keri, for sharing your story.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for doing all the magic, making people look pretty, making people feel solid, strong, invigorated. Thank you for doing that, because that's what we need in right now in life and space. We need to be able to have that fun.
Okay, it's ready.
Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, it's so exciting. Ta-da!
Oh, it looks cool.
Thank you so much.
I love it. I love it. It looks
It's
great.
the Phoenix bird.
Thank you for the idea.
We're continuing at the Hive. I'm here with Kevin, the amazing Kevin. Look at my boots. Woohoo! Kevin, tell me all about you. What do you do?
All right.
Why the Hive?
So I try to aim for a DIY shop. I try to make 95% of the stuff that comes in here right out of my brain, right out of my hand. So the boots that we pointed out first, hand painted by me, that's my original font. My girlfriend actually wore those for Halloween.
Ooh.
So what we try to do is aim for a thing where the clothes gets recycled.
Okay.
We live in this fast fashion world where we're continuously buying new things just to keep up with the Joneses. We don't like those neighbors anymore, right? So we're making sure that you can bring leather jackets, coats, pants, any sort of thing like that. I can go ahead and revitalize them for you, re-embellish them, hand-painted good stuff, all that kind of, and that worked for you. So if you're not into the punk, say you wanted a big Sasquatch on the back. That's kind of weird. I don't like the Sasquatch. I'll paint it still, though. I'll still do that kind of stuff for you.
So Kevin,
Yes.
I know you're doing this hill,
Yes.
but tell me what the meaning of this is.
No tengo miedo seguir. So that's completely inspired by my mom. So my mom being an immigrant, when I was 5, she crossed the border with me, and it has been completely the biggest motivation for my art. To continuously, well, that's where the Not a Myth comes from.
Okay.
Like if you believe in something, you can go ahead and make
do
it happen.
and make it happen.
Yeah. And
go for it, even if you fail, pick yourself up and continue, because you will fail. That's
100%.
life.
So when she got here, she didn't have her own car, was taking the bus to go clean houses over in the Arcadia neighborhood. Got her own car, after that ditched the bus, and has continued her business. So I kind of created that as my model. If my mom could do it, coming from Chihuahua, Mexico, from impoverished parents, then I can put in the effort to also do something with my art. And so I want to continuously support the Latins and all of the people that feel kind of, a little bit under.
And so how did you enter into this space? When you first started, did you just draw? How did you get here?
As far as the actual space on the Hive? Or
the Hive, just in general, and then how you migrated to the Hive.
I think the art has always been a representation of my individuality. I think it stemmed from me listening to punk music and feeling some small slights of oppression and feeling like, how can I get my messages out? What is it that I can do in order to still provide art and something with a thought out, like something real.
Right. So
mean?
you wanted to have a voice, but you had wanted to have a voice through art.
Completely.
So how do I do that? Do I do that through shoes? Do I do that through jackets? Through clothing?
Completely.
Because of what I'm hearing.
Right.
And not to throw clothing away.
No.
To
recycle
it, and give it new life.
Yeah, because we ditch a lot of our articles into the closet, and we don't really see them again. It looks nice for one evening, but if you really put something that is very individual to you, something unique to you, I guarantee you go into the closet and you go, that's the article of clothing that I want to wear. It represents me, whether it's a message or something as simple as a daughter's name, a brother's name, someone that passed away. It's dear to your heart, you know what I mean? And it really pulls your strings to want to continuously wear it. So the motto for the shop is always this. The shop's name is not a myth, but it's always to let it rot. To take things as far as they can possibly go. So Chingona Souls, if this little heel breaks, keep wearing it. You know what I mean? It still has a message and it represents, I guess, my art and what it is that I've always wanted to put out into the world.
So I'm going to go with that in the sense of you start off with a heel, you're walking, it breaks. To continue, that's the way life is. You things break, you continue, you move on, you go to different paths.
Completely.
But you continue to walk.
You continue to walk, And then I think with this opportunity to do this really awesome show with 50 awesome artists from February 3rd all the way to March 3rd with Chingona Souls, it really, you know, when I was trying to get into the message as far as what I wanted to represent as far as a shoe, the first person that came to my mind was my mom, you know, as far as her being an immigrant crossing the border. And when you think of these shoes, it's very feminine, but no, she was the toughest. She made it happen. And no tengo miedo seguir, to continue to go forward. Seguir adelante.
Yeah, so the way I look at it is she wears the feminine shoe or sole, but then still have the toughest masculine side that come out
100%.
to seguir, to move forward and to keep continuing.
I mean, listen, right now,
what a great message.
Right now, even if I have the worst of days, she's the person that I contacted. I'm like, hey, this is what's going on. She's like, no te agüites, mijo, you got this. You know what I mean? She's just like, she's a saint.
So if I wanted to come see you, do I schedule an appointment? Do I show up at the Hive?
Listen,
How do I do?
One of the most flexible people. The way that I am, I'll give you my number directly and be like, I'll take you to tacos and we can hang out any single time. But usually my hours are Thursday through Sunday. They vary depending on how, but a lot of the time it is just a meeting. So you can go ahead and contact me. We can set up an appointment, especially when it comes to my commissions. If you have a design that you really want to be placed onto a jacket, the stud work, anything like that, we can go ahead and talk about the visualization of studs and all that. So
Kevin, it was a pleasure meeting you. Thank you for telling me your concept. Thank you for giving me inspiration, especially to continue on.
And then pan into those boots. One more time. Not a myth. Not a myth. Que viva la raza.
Que viva la raza. We just left Kevin, enjoyed the boots, and now we're out in the courtyard.
Yes.
As we go to the coffee shop, I see Olivia's here. What does Olivia do?
Olivia is our resident photographer, where during First Fridays she creates a lot of unique and elegant pieces, and then on her First Friday she has been known to do walk-up, pop-up sets. She's a lot of fun.
So she's a fun photographer.
Yes.
Okay.
Great photographer.
And Bee's Knees, this is the original owner.
Yes, the original owner. It's a resale shop. That is Julia's shop there.
Then we have Hallen Studios.
Yep.
And more shops this way.
This way, perfect. There's a candle shop down there, there's a macrame artist, and there's also a fashion designer as well there.
Isn't that awesome? There's so much variety here. And then we have doggy treats.
Yes, Desert Dog Treat. These are our most recent family members that have come to the Hive, and they make dog treats from locally sourced ingredients. So you can bring your puppy down, hang out in the Hive backyard. And all the restrooms, you can see we have hired local artists to do paintings on this.
Awesome.
So we would bring in artists, as many artists as we potentially can for Hive on 16th.
So this is a great space to be in. Shop, local shops, everything.
Everything
now
you
we're
want.
in the back.
Yes.
Where the coffee shop is.
This is a Hive backyard with a walk-up coffee window. So one of the challenges of buying during COVID was the original coffee shop could not sustain 2 people 6 feet apart, which was up where the tattoo artist is on 16th Street. So downsizing to a window, making pads that are 6 feet apart, you could then grab a coffee and stand here and be with your neighbors and not feel awkward about being 6 feet apart. So the Hive backyard is a place where you can come and read, write, draw, play
games,
ping pong, play
vote, bring kids, bring dogs. It's just all open.
And come check out the artists. The wall has just been put up, so we will have a lot more local artists be doing some murals here, and you can see those murals on each side of the back of the Hive.
So the walk-up coffee shop was designed during COVID in order to adhere to the health standards, which is very much creativity, thinking outside of the box, and being able to be outside while during COVID and be able to get sunshine or whatever the time is. It's winter now, but we still have sun. So thank you, Tennille, for all your creativity. Thank you for doing this. I'm Councilwoman Laura Pastor in the heart of the city, rockin' District 4.